This is Boarding Party's Pokemon DnD campaign, featuring Ben as
Bentley Woods,
Tia as
Phoebe Wilhelm,
Joel as
Milo Reuter,
and Jordan as
CJ.
I'm Drew, the Game Master for the Laris region. Tonight, our heroes continue on to New Tree, desperate to save what's left of Mortar. Coming in to session proper, a little bit of cleanup. First thing you might notice, Jordan is absent for this session. Don't panic, all is well. He became a father. He's a priest now.
our father.
No, but genuinely, he
Plot
did.
twist.
He has a kid.
He's wearing
That's
the collar.
exciting. It's very exciting. So yeah, so he won't be here for this episode at least, but we'll see him back probably soon whenever he's ready. Baby comes first. What else was there? Was there anything else? All right. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. Hi. There's an NPC that's been hanging out for a little bit in a couple sessions. He's been previously known as B. That was Bcath from our Discord group. He is one of our patrons, and he is that NPC. But we have an official name for him now. So just replace all instances in the past of B with the name Stanley, and you will be all caught up.
Joel will bleep it out in post.
Stanley be good.
Yes. So
I go by Stanley.
So just another quick thank you to Bcath and a shout out to all the other patrons with NPCs.
Yeah.
We're working on it. Anyways, I will stop taking up your time. We will get into what we came to do today. Welcome, everyone, to Stanley's cabin. Now that it finally has a name. What would you all like to do? So yeah, we'll pick up briefly after the exorcism of Mortar, with everybody kind of standing in the clearing. Mortar's, he's big. He's big now. He's big Mortar. His size has not diminished too much. He's shrunk a little bit when the not Cassius the Gaseous. I was going to use that again. But when the
If only.
when the gassy Kadabra kind of emerged from his arm wounds. But yeah, he's still down for the count. He is breathing, but he is, for all intents and purposes, he is like a vegetable. He's kind of just sat there.
No.
All right, well, Bentley's going to call him back and just sprint to the Pokemon Center. Just
Okay.
the fastest he's ever run.
Super run. Okay. Yeah.
No.
God, it's been too long. I'm out of the rhythm of things. Manny is going to keep up with you on your way.
Okay.
He just kind of reappears in every shadow in front of you.
I'll also
when he
call
falls behind.
back Rose and just have Evinrude flying and setting the pace, but like Bentley just wanting to run faster than he ever has in his life, almost keeping pace with Evinrude.
Yeah, I will allow this. You're a fast lad right now.
His legs are like the cartoons.
He's
just spinning.
It's just like
It's just immediate runner's high, just like running as fast as he possibly can and not
Just-
getting winded.
Yeah, and
Just
adrenaline
all
rush.
adrenaline, yeah. Just
Okay.
booking it.
yeah. It's
Run
not
behind him.
at that pace. It
You
is
are?
not a long run in terms of
really?
time.
Okay.
You're probably running like almost 2 miles ish, just through like this vague forest path that's been carved out. There's no official there's not like a sidewalk or anything. There's no ropes of any kind. It is still just a sanctuary, but you are on kind of a footpath that's been made just naturally as you just go running through. You can see a couple like little eyes and heads poke out as you run by, and they're just like, "What's going on? Where's he going so fast?" And then things kind of just recede back down into the brush as you keep going. But Manny will run as fast as he can, kind of like stumble a little bit, and then just kind of as he trips, he'll reappear out from the shadow of a tree like 20 feet in front of you, and then keep running to try to keep pace, and then you just blitz past him. He just continues that until you reach the outskirts of Nutree's proper city, which is to say a small huddle of like little wooden buildings that are all built very naturally into and around a lot of the trees that are here. Most of the buildings have at least one tree growing in, through, or around them. And a lot of them have just big open skylights in the roof to allow the trees to just grow right on through.
Respect.
Well, Bentley's not taking any of that in now. He's just one-track mind. Where is the Pokemon Center?
Yeah.
Can he tell which building that is relative to the others?
He has a pretty darn good guess, because there is a wooden carving, very, very faded red paint in the shape of a Pokeball hung on one of these nice cabin-like structures.
All right, just going to beeline it into there and hope he sees a nurse upon getting in.
Yeah, you see a Nurse Joy just standing behind the counter.
Nurse Joy, please, you have to help my Magmar. He's really hurt. Here, please, help.
Okay. And she's like, gets the urgency of the situation, but is still very methodical. Takes the Pokeball from you, places it on the healing rack, as it were. And you watch as a couple lights flash on the screen. Pretty typical of your Pokemon being healed. Kind of like just goes through the motions. And then at the end, she goes, well, that's interesting. She kind of hits the button again. Runs all the way through.
What's interesting?
Well, there doesn't appear to be anything wrong with him, but the system is showing that he's still unconscious.
Can you help him? Does he have to maybe stay here?
I don't know. I haven't never seen anything quite like this. What, may I ask what happened?
I believe he was possessed.
Well, I'm certain I don't know anything about that, but it might explain what's going on. As she kind of continues to fiddle around with it, you can see on the other side of the counter, kind of standing somewhat near you, is a kind of a taller guy. He's got a big coat on, and he's wearing a little beanie cap, not unlike mine. And he's just kind of leaned up, and he goes, "Possession's a myth, kid. What happened to your friend?"
Possession.
Where's my dice? Where's my real dice? There it is. Okay. Just goes, what are you hiding?
I'm sorry, who are you? I'm trying to help my Pokemon.
Yeah, I've never seen a Pokemon not recover in a Pokemon Center. So what happened? What were you doing?
I'll ask again. Who are you? Why should I tell you anything? I'm just trying to help my friend. Please.
He kind of leans
step
back
aside.
and kicks away from the counter. You notice he's substantially taller than you. And as he kind of like cracks one of his shoulders, he just goes, "I'm one of the rangers out here. If you're talking about possession, that's something we need to be aware of. But that's no one's ever actually seen an incidence of that. So what happened? Where's the danger?"
I mean, if you're a ranger, you can talk with Stanley or you can talk with Diane. They're the ones that alerted me to the situation. We, I think, fought it off, but obviously my Pokemon's still very hurt, so...
All right, I'll go see what's up with Stanley. And he kind of just like stands up to his full height, gives another stretch, and he gives a whistle. And this very small ferret-like creature kind of runs up. It looks like maybe half the size of William, but the same basic structure. Just kind of pokes its head up from the other side of the counter. And he goes, "Yeah, come on, let's go." And he climbs on top of his hat, and he just kind of looks at you.
Hello. Bentley's just gonna go and see if there's like a waiting area that he can sit down and decompress.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, another one of the Nurse Joy lookalikes kind of walks out and also starts examining Mortar's Pokeball.
Is there like reading material on like a coffee table?
There's a highlights.
Yeah, it's called
Teen people.
Teen trainer.
yeah, there's a
Just
Teen Trainer
something.
magazine with a Machamp on the front, and it says "How to get rock hard abs," and it's just a
Now,
Machamp.
throw that aside. What else we got here?
Underneath
It's got
that
a
is
fake
another.
tan.
Yeah, underneath is another bodybuilding magazine about how Machamp is the forearm Pokemon
Okay.
with four arms.
Yeah, don't need it.
Vin Diesel and his Machamp style
New
workout.
study finds.
Yeah.
The forearm workout.
There's a medical case study about how Psyducks are prone to headaches,
Maybe Milo would like that.
and then there's one that is detailing how yet another one of the Woods family commissioned Pokemon led its trainer to success in another recent tournament.
I'm definitely gonna read that.
Okay. Let me pull up my notes.
Did you write
I want to get
out the
forearm
rest of the
swole.
articles? Because I'm going to come to that Pokemon Center. And I'm fully diving into all of those pieces.
Drew came up with a journalist and their own like personal values and views, and then wrote the article from their perspective.
Yep. Totally. Absolutely. You know me.
He's like, but how would they answer this question? And how would they word it? Just goes really deep into it. Spends like 3 weeks writing one like 2-page spread.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's a pretty substantial little blurb in there about Summer, who was a channeler, and how she and her Gengar were able to just sweep a competition in recent weeks, and that their closest match was up against a Magneton. And how it was just like very, very down to the wire, but at a certain point, Gengar just managed to absolutely obliterate the Magneton.
And the Gengar was the Woods Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Well, as he's reading through that article and thinking of his parents, Bentley's gonna pull out his notepad and start writing.
Okay. It is. Let's get a. What's that? I need like a reading check. That doesn't exist. Just make like an intelligence check. We'll see if or investigation. That's probably as close as we'll get. While you're reading through this article, flicking through, we'll see if you get any big important things.
Natural one.
Natural one. Yeah, you're just kind of transfixed. You're like, man, that's crazy. Like my parents helped to raise that Gengar, and then it just
Just too distracted by Mortar being in the hospital.
Yeah. You're kind of tapping your foot and your hand and kind of staring at the screen readouts.
Yeah, just basically staring at the pages and not getting any of the information.
Yeah. Manny will try to climb on top of the bench that you're sitting on. See if he's able to get up there with you. It's an 11. I'll allow it. He's climbing on a chair. He just kind of like swings his leg up and he's like, no, I got it.
I
It's
could
fine,
also
don't
grab
help me."
his little club and just like lift him,
Okay.
help him out a little bit.
Yeah. As you hoist him up, he's kind of staring at the pages, but the whole time he's got like one eye just fixed on the screen where Mortar is. And then he kind of also starts tapping his hand a little bit. He's pacing on the bench next to you.
Okay, while I'm writing, Bentley will just like hold Manny close and like pull him in, like give him little scratches behind his ear,
Okay.
try and calm him down.
Yeah. So this is the warmest that Manny has ever been. He's like actually, he feels like a living creature right
He's
now.
not kicking his dad's ass all day today.
No.
Well,
Not
don't
today.
tempt me, but
Yeah.
Don't beat someone when they're down.
Yeah. He's but no, he's actually
best friend's dying.
yeah.
Thanks, man.
But he's actually like warm. He has a normal body temperature. The other times you've held Manny, you're now noticing that he's been like noticeably colder. But right now he is a warm body, so to speak. And he's kind of just sat there staring.
It's gonna be all right, Manny. Just have faith in the nurses here.
Okay. So while that has all transpired, what are the two of you doing?
We're perspirating in a field.
perspiration thing?
Yeah, I'm sweating a medium amount.
A medium amount?
Perspiring 9.
It was an 11.
Me
Good
too.
guess.
We're in
Oh!
sync with our sweat.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We were equally nervous.
That's
Yeah.
awkward, but okay. Sure.
So
It's
now
not the
we will
weirdest thing I've heard a
continue
player say.
alternating every word. Hey Diane,
Yes.
do you think that we're done? That we did it? That's it?
I'm certain I have no idea. Seems to have worked for now, but I don't know.
It seemed like you were pretty quick to figure that out. Is that a common thing that you've come across?
I wouldn't say common, but startling enough that I wasn't willing to take any chances.
Gotcha. What one was the other, like, I guess other bigger time that's happened to you?
Well, I'm sure you remember Audrey.
Uh-huh.
She and I first met back in our college days. We were attempting, well, I was attempting, she was assisting in the resurrection of a fossilized, what we thought was a Pokemon.
What?
Whoa.
All we succeeded in doing was animating a pile of bones, and we woke something up.
Look what up.
Like what kind of bones?
I presumed it to be a Rhyhorn. I was wildly incorrect. I have no idea what it was.
Really? It just like
When the bones started animating, they didn't really
coalesce.
take a form. They were kind of just dancing around. At first, I thought Audrey was playing a trick on us, or maybe a ghastly had snuck in and was being silly.
Yeah.
And then I looked to Audrey and realized that she was just as scared as I was. Whatever we woke up that day, it took hold of some of the nearby wild Pokemon, and something very similar to what we witnessed today went down.
And did you guys like help those Pokemon? Or they just
We tried. A few of them simply ran,
Oh.
but one, a small Charmander, did manage to stay close by enough. It seemed to be scared, but fighting off whatever was taking hold.
Oh.
And when it ejected the sort of smoke being, as it were,
Yeah.
it fought back nicely enough to scare the creature away. I believe Audrey still is in close contact with that Charmander.
So it just scared the ghost away? So the
Yes.
ghost thing is still out there?
It's out there somewhere.
Did it look like what we fought today?
I can't say for certain. It didn't seem to have nearly as much shape as this thing did.
Gotcha.
It was much closer to a ghastly, but there were no signs of any sort of prankster nature of anything. It was just malice.
Where'd you guys find the bones?
Not too far from here, actually,
Really?
which is why I came back. There's a dig site in the sanctuary. We've been allowed to research there. It's part of why I'm here with Stanley.
I was thinking maybe it was the Mr. Mime, like, burying things.
Right, but it could have been another location. That's why I asked.
Yeah. No, well, she's saying, like, it was close to here, so that's what
Right.
made me think it was maybe that.
And those are the only bones you found so far?
Oh no.
Oh.
My Aerodactyl we actually found also in there. Foolish as we were to go back,
Yeah.
we perfected the technique, if only once. None of the instruments survived the process, but I have been working on recreating them. Should very much like to try again.
It's super cool.
Science at any cost, as they say.
What do you think, or I don't know if you'd have any idea, but what do you think the goal was by possessing Mortar?
Well, it depends entirely on what that entity was. If it knew you, it's likely it was trying to gather information, or perhaps lead you into danger. If it didn't, I can't say I would know.
Do you have a way of scanning for for these ghosts?
I don't, but perhaps one of my colleagues up north might. There was a division up in Beaversby that was looking into communicating more with spirits. We used to say they were fake scientists, but look where they would be now if they had been here. So it's hard to say anything for certain, but if they persevered in their work, perhaps they were successful.
Do you know if they can possess people?
I don't. As of now, it seems the only spirits I have encountered have been those of other Pokemon, and perhaps there's some sort of logic behind it. Maybe the Pokemon forms are more familiar to what they're used to. But it's safe to say the evidence is scarce at best.
Gotcha. We've come into contact with a couple ghosts and I guess you could say possessions.
Yeah.
And
Nothing like this.
for sure. But there was a town we were in where there were a whole bunch of people that were possessed. It was like a whole puppet show thing going on.
But
And
they looked like ghastlies.
no, they were like regular people.
No, the ghosts that came out, didn't they?
Oh yeah,
They
but
look like
like
Pokemon.
before that battle happened, we had no idea that it was a thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, just with all the contact we've had, I'd be nervous that maybe other Pokemon on our team, or maybe even us, could have been possessed.
Well, I suppose there's a few methods you could use to ward yourself against these creatures, if they are simply ghastlies or some derivative form.
Yeah. I mean, I don't, from this example we had with Mortar, I don't want to like walk around punching people in the face to see if a ghost comes out, but
I wouldn't recommend it.
Maybe there's is there any behavior changes or anything like that?
It seems fair to say you children have far more experience in this area than I do.
When did you find the bones? The weird bones?
Oh, that must have been maybe a few years ago, maybe 5.
Oh, okay.
It's been quite some time.
5 years? Okay.
But she'll kind of walk over to Pontiki. She'll be like, "But as long as you have this one with you, you should be just fine." And she's like, "Stop."
She's blushing.
Yeah, she's still kind of she shuffles her little feet.
Just pulling her ears.
Oh, jeez, the attention.
I
She
know.
lets off a little spark.
She's crazy.
And she just runs behind your boots, and it's like,
She's giving you a compliment.
get up there. She just
Say
rides up
thanks.
and down on your shoe. And she's like,
Oh, there you go. There you go. That was her way of saying thank you.
that's what you're gonna get.
"That's all right."
Present. I'm here.
I don't want to be, but I am.
I'll kill all the monsters.
But I don't want to talk to people.
People are scary. Well,
But Diane will kind of pick herself up off the ground from away from Pontiki, dust herself off, and she'll say, I'm due to return to Stanley's cabin. If you wish to join me, you may, but I should probably go check on Samantha. We left in quite a hurry."
That's true. Do you want to go meet up with Bentley at the Pokemon Center, and then we'll meet him back there
back where?
at the cabin?
Okay.
Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We'll go
Yeah.
catch up with Bentley, make sure he's okay, and then we'll see you there.
Very well. I'll put on some tea.
Yay.
Thank you.
She'll kind of, as she starts walking, she's like, "Wait a minute," and throws out Aerodactyl and just takes off. She's like, "Why would I ever walk anywhere, ever?"
It's fair point. Fair point.
But yeah, so the two of you will begin to make your way. Are you running quickly? Are you taking in the sights?
I think
Are you
a
stopping to
brisk
smell
walk.
the
Yeah.
Yeah.
rosalias?
I will.
There's rosalias.
I will have my team out. My
There's
whole
rosalias?
squad.
Oh, you are?
It was a
Mostly because I'm about to go to a Pokemon Center and swap some people out. So just giving them like another walk.
Yeah,
before
that's
they
fair.
Take a break.
I'll do the same.
Are you walking or are you riding Giraffe Rig?
I will trot on Giraffe Rig.
We're gonna have to go at a slower pace. I let Shirley out.
Okay.
Just trotting in circles and like making a foot of progress each time.
I'll probably be off, maybe doing a little faster trot with playing with Howl and my
Okay.
bird squad.
Yeah. As Shirley kind of like noodles along, you're beginning to notice more and more of these little teeny tiny ants crawling all over her. And
Oh.
they seem to be gathering like nearby things, like
Shirley.
little clumps of dirt and leaves and stuff. And as she goes, she's kind of leaving like one noodle stationary, which is why she's moving so slowly at the moment. And all the little ants are just kind of like crawling back up in the shell.
She's infested.
Just raid in the face.
Not even where the ants are, just Shirley's face.
Yeah.
Demon!
There you go. Sorry, ants. You're free now.
God.
Oh, man.
That's what I was catching in the first place.
Yeah.
Just the ants.
You were crawling all over that giant bug.
Yeah, if you get any closer to Shirley, she's actually just ants.
Oh, God.
No, there's
Shirley,
there's maybe
you've
like-
changed.
yeah, there's maybe like 30 ants. They're not like everywhere,
Okay.
but they're just kind of out and about. They're doing some stuff.
Nice.
They're just collecting little bits of fruit and some small berry pieces.
Interesting.
Making some berry
Is
juice
Shirley
inside that
enjoying
shell.
it?
Yeah, she
Okay.
seems like indifferent otherwise, but is like making sure to not disturb their walk.
Nice.
You're
You're so considerate, Shirley. Did you say something? Shirley?
So yeah, Shirley's out and about.
Yeah.
The ant colony is gathering some things. Is anybody else on your team out walking around?
Yeah,
Get
everybody.
the full suite.
The full squad.
Okay. Yeah. As
Bleak,
as Sage kind of walks around, you see some of the greenery gets a little bit more lush with every step that he takes.
Wow, Sage. Looking good.
He's just
So good.
yeah.
So succulent.
Blimey.
Yikes. But as you're walking, you kind of hear very like faint twig snaps from the brushes next to you. Kind of walking in time, but like a little bit away, maybe like 10 feet off the beaten path, as it were.
Do you hear that?
I'm playing with my squad, so I definitely don't.
Do you hear that?
Hear what?
There's a noise in the bushes.
No, I did not hear that. What was it?
I don't know. Should I look at it?
If you want. Wee.
Well, wait up.
I'm just running in circles.
Okay.
I'm not going anywhere.
He's frolicking.
Hal, jump. Oh, good boy.
All right, I'm gonna wave to my team. Hey guys, let's check it out.
Okay. Yeah, Shirley will slither up there, and then all the ants kind of like stand on the back of the shell, and they're like, they're all standing at attention. Like, man the walls! Okay. Yeah, as you guys stop walking, you hear like, as whatever's in the bushes seems to have stopped walking a few steps after you.
All right, I'm gonna look in the bush.
All right, make a perception.
Just go backwards into it like Homer.
What's in here?
If I can't see it, it won't be scared.
Sorry, what was it? Investigation?
Or perception,
Oh,
whichever you'd
okay.
like.
Whichever
Which
one
one's
is
better?
better.
Yeah, let's do an investigation. That's 14.
14. Okay. Yeah, as you peel some of the brush aside, you just see a very large green plant.
Just a plant?
Mhm.
It's not a Pokemon?
Doesn't look to be.
Hey, Sage.
Oddish. It's his girlfriend.
Is it alive? Is it alive, Sage?
He just goes,
I mean, I know it's alive. It's a plant, but
Good save.
kind of waddles up
You know
to
what I
it
mean.
and just goes, Oddish.
okay, it's definitely a Pokemon.
As the
Well, maybe not.
I
He
don't
fell
know,
in love
he's-
with a shrub
yeah, he's-
earlier.
He's flirted
Never
with
mind.
plants before.
as
Never
the
mind.
large green plant just kind of goes, Oddish.
Sage, are you farting?
Oddish.
You're impersonating me, Mom.
Oddish.
Let me
As
put the moves on. Putting
as
out the vibe.
The big green fern again just kind of...
I'm gonna break off a little piece of orangeberry.
Kit Kat bar?
Yeah. I'm gonna give it a break.
Deo.
Okay. Break off a little piece of the
Yeah.
orange berry.
Yeah.
Okay. Sage will just casually send a vine over to you and be like, Oddish.
Are you gonna give it to the plant? He just eats it.
Just holds it out, and one of the little bulbs on the ferns kind of goes, and a little vine of its own kind of reaches out and grabs the orange berry and just pulls it back inside. And you're like,
Is it eating it? Oh. I'm gonna get closer slowly and
Okay.
see if it lets me.
Yeah.
Do I have to roll for that?
Do
you want me to,
Are you
or
trying
just-
to be like sneaky, or
No,
walking in?
just like calm vibes.
walking in unscarily?
Yeah.
Make a nature check. Don't scare the plants.
Calm vibes. Calm
In
vibes.
before Southern Belle drops out of the tree, just like, remember me?
7.
7?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, as you walk in a very Phoebe fashion, you kind of like trip over a couple other ferns. And you're like, hey. As the plant gets very still, and Sage is just like, Oddish, Oddish. Kind of pets the back of the ferns. And you see just one big eye kind of pokes up from the ground. Just
Oh. Does it look like Sage?
no,
No.
very much unlike Sage. Sage has like tiny eyes.
Yeah.
This is like much larger eye.
Big ol' eyeballs.
Just one though.
Just one.
But it does
Eye.
that thing where like
Oh.
it's got like the double eyelid thing going on.
Hi.
Kind of like shakes off some of the dirt and stands up. And it's a Bulbasaur. And it just kind
What?
of stares at you.
What?
Just goes, Bulb. Bulb. Bulb.
I probably shouldn't try to speak its language.
And Sage just goes, Oddish, Oddish.
Oh, okay. I got this, Sage. All right.
Kind of like takes a step back, and Sage reassures
Ooh.
it. It's like, it's okay.
You're cute. Can I pet you?
Pokemon handling.
I'm gonna hold out another berry, a little piece of berry in my hand.
Pokemon handling.
Does it give me a bonus?
Handle the
A
Pokemon.
berry bonus?
Who knows?
Remember.
After you insulted
Who
its
you
father,
are.
who knows?
14.
Okay. Yeah, even though you said his
Pokemon
father was a fishmonger, he's still
Oh, I thought you said nature. Pokemon handling 15.
15. All right, now that is enough.
Now he jumped into the ball.
You were very close to not being enough. As you walk up, berry in hand, the Bulbasaur just kind of retreats back a little bit and kind of whips up 2 vines of his own. And it's just like, and then they just very gingerly out of the palm of your hand just take the berry. It goes
Arigato.
right into the bulb. She goes, Bub. Bub.
Sorry for talking about your dad like that. It, you're cool.
Bub.
Are you out here alone?
Bub.
Were you following us?
Bub.
It's cool if you were. It's totally fine.
Bub.
Do you want to keep following us?
Bub.
Yeah?
Bub.
You can hang out with Sage.
Bub. And they kind of like bump vines.
Nice.
Bub.
All right. Let's do it. Come meet my friends.
Kind of like scampers out onto the path, and you notice he smells really good.
Ooh.
Not in like a weird way, but
Okay.
he smells good.
Not in an
Like this-
appetizing way.
Like just the area around you has like
It's
a
like an
much more
understated
pleasant
cologne.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Like you want to eat him.
scent. He smells like just finely smushed paprika.
Freshly ground paprika.
Yeah, but it's a very nice, like sweet smell.
Oh, yeah. You smell good.
What is that? Phoebe smells
Bub.
real good.
It's my new friend.
Beep,
Oh, hi.
beep,
You want to play? No, just keep running around with my friends.
beep. He'll start like he'll kind of chase after you.
Whee!
He's got that kind of like awkward rocking horse run, so he's like
Yes.
he hasn't quite figured out how to walk with like one leg at a time, so he could like run.
Shuffle.
He just
Nice.
beep.
Heck yeah, isn't he cool?
He's super cool.
He smells good too.
Yeah, he does. Come get me. Haha.
God.
Come get me.
Beep. The Bulbasaur will follow you all the way into town if you
Sweet.
continue on that
Yeah.
path.
For sure.
Yeah. He seems completely unperturbed by people.
Oh, nice.
He's just like, yeah, cool with it.
Sweet.
He walks in, you kind of see like a couple individuals standing on the street. He goes, "Beep," and they
Oh,
wave
nice.
back to him.
You know these people?
Beep.
Oh, nice.
He's like a
Cool.
local celebrity.
Yeah.
Like this guy.
He can show us around. He
Yeah.
can show us the cool spots.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Where is it cool to sit in the sun here, Bulbasaur? Show me.
He leads you to a little clearing where
Yeah,
like,
what's
a little
the-
bit of sun's coming through. He's like, "Beep."
What's the best place to photosynthesize?
We must know.
I'll photosynthesize. I'll filter feed.
God.
Jesus.
But yeah,
Heck yeah.
the Bulbasaur will walk you over to a large kind of cabin-like structure with a big wood-carved, red-painted Pokeball. He
Oh.
kind of points to it, and he just goes, "Beep,
They feed you?
beep." He kind of opens the door and just goes, "Beep." At which point, Bentley, you see a small green frog-like creature just kind of come hopping into the building. He goes, "Beep,
Hello.
beep." And he just walks over to the little, like, there's a little bar with some coffee and a couple bagels. And he just goes, "Beep,
Oh, wow.
beep."
Bagelsaur.
Bagels.
Bulba Bagel.
His name is Bagels now.
Come on, bagels.
He goes, "Beep." Then he'll kind of like grab another bagel off the plate and be like, "Beep,
Oh yeah. Thank you.
beep."
Hey guys.
How's Mortar doing?
Yeah.
I don't know. The nurse says that he's like still unconscious, even though they like healed him like they normally would other Pokemon. The nurse said she hasn't seen anything like it, so I'm just hanging out. Are you with that?
Yeah.
Beep.
He
He-
seems cool.
He was following us in the bushes.
Oh well, that's
His name's Bagels.
all right. Well, that's exciting. There's a article in this magazine here, Milo. It's about Psyducks getting headaches. Figured maybe you could give it a look.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Just been kind of hanging out here, doing some reading, trying to get my mind off things. Manny seems pretty shaken up by all this.
So, they've healed him, and he's healed, but he's not?
That was kind of my understanding, I guess. Like they take the Pokeballs and they put it on the like healing machine, and it heals them up. But I guess this time when it happened, he's like healed, but he's not conscious, I guess. So I don't really know. They're looking into it. They have all of the nurses here kind of on the case, but I haven't heard anything more.
Gotcha.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's not great. Did you hear anything from Diane? Like, did she explain how she knew that this was going on, or what?
Kind of.
I'm going to walk away while they have this conversation.
Okay. Bagels will follow you.
Oh, okay.
He seems intrigued by you.
I mean, she said that they found bones one time on this preserve, and they did something similar in that they possessed Pokemon.
Bones possess Pokemon?
Yeah. 'Cause she was
What?
trying to bring back fossils, and then
Well, yeah, because Diane, they brought back Aerodactyl. Audrey told us that.
it's from the same site. But the one time they tried it with these particular bones, it was just a weird incident, and then it hasn't happened since.
So it was like the same thing with Mortar, where they like brought the bones back and then they possessed things.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm curious how she knew that this was happening to Mortar when she kind of didn't even really interact with Mortar. I don't know. This whole thing is really weird. I don't really know what to think, but I just hope he's all right.
Yeah. I mean, I think just from our description, she kind of knew. She at least knew something was off.
Well, fair enough. I guess she was right, after all.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of want to check out that site.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds pretty cool. Her Aerodactyl is just awesome. And I've always kind of liked fossils, so that'd be kind of cool. I could maybe take Manny, and 'cause Manny might be able to help. He can kind of manipulate Earth when he wants to. Maybe he'd be able to help digging up the site.
Yeah.
Does that sound good, Manny? Get our minds off things. All right, bud. I'll just pat him on the back.
I thought maybe when she said she found the bones that it happened kind of in the same timeline of when we let that weird ghost thing go. Me and CJ. From the... Where were we at? What town was that?
In Mayburn?
Yeah.
Oh, the thing in the barn
Yeah.
you told us about.
But it wasn't. It was a long time ago. It was like 5 years.
Huh.
But I don't know. Anytime we get around ghosts, it just becomes real.
Well, I mean, you saw the ghost that came out of Mortar, right? Like, it looked like cars, but not car. Like, it looked
Yeah.
like a cadabra, but it was like a ghost
Yeah.
and like gaseous, like Remus, but had the shape of a cadabra.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I can't know if it was like a ghost or if it was like part of Kaz's army, and like, why would they target Mortar, and when did this happen, and has this been going on with Mortar for longer than we thought? I just don't know. Because he wasn't himself after he touched the Source Stone for a while, and then once he got the Source Ball, he kind of went back to normal, but
Yeah.
I just don't know how long he's been possessed.
I feel like the only thing we can say, like, out of everything we've experienced so far up to this point, definitively, is the fact that somehow the ghosts and then psychic types, like especially whatever is going on with Kaz and all of that, have some kind of relationship.
Yeah, I think that's probably a safe bet. But at the same time, like, what's weird to me is it's not like a black and white situation, because
No.
we met Mox, who might have been a human at some point, but looked kind of like an Abra,
Yeah.
but was
Not.
nice to us and not evil.
Right, and then Remus.
And Remus is super nice, and whatever CJ released out of that barn didn't hurt him
Yeah.
that we know of.
I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, I guess my point is we can't really know, but I don't know. I don't know what the answer is.
I don't either.
Well, thanks for your help fighting it off, and thank Pontiki for me. That was truly amazing. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to fully appreciate how awesome that attack was, but it really did the trick.
I mean, she kind of took Dial-Up's thunder.
I'm not mad at it.
That
she's
was-
pretty
Literally.
amazing.
Yeah, she did.
Dial-ups
Yeah,
never
no.
produced a spark sense. He's like, what's the point?
I think she's just pumped to help.
He's like, she was like,
She's
3
gonna
days
come and
old.
offer you a banana.
Oh, thanks, Pontiki, and I'll split it and
Got
give
it.
half to Manny.
Gotta keep that potassium level up.
Yeah, just the sheer shock that's still running through Bentley's body. I'm sure at a certain point he's just gonna crash.
Are you feeling okay?
No, not really, but
Fair.
I don't know. I mean, at least it happened when we were close to a Pokemon Center. That part of it is good, and he's not dead like he was, which was also not good. So day by day, I guess.
So what are they doing right now? Are they just trying to figure out what's...
Yeah, I guess just trying to figure out what's going on with him. It seems like he's stable and in decent health, but he's just not awake, I guess.
Is he still in the ball?
Yeah, that's how I gave him to them. I'm assuming that they'll maybe take him in back and try and figure out what's wrong with him and keep him monitored, but
Yeah.
I'd definitely like to stay here while that happens.
Yeah.
What's Milo doing?
No, I don't
He's
know. He
whipping
ran
his
off.
hair back and forth.
He ran off with,
With
bagels.
He's doing bobbage with bagels.
So I will have walked away. I want to walk up to the front desk.
Yeah.
And I want to ask the nurse Joy, hey, I'm friends with Bentley over there. He dropped his Magmar off. I wanted to see how the Magmar was doing.
Physically quite well. It's hasn't quite come to yet, but we're staying positive. I think he'll be fine.
Okay. I don't know how much was told about what happened to him, but
There was mention of a possession of some kind,
gotcha.
but we all know that doesn't just happen.
And that was it?
Yes, I believe your friend might be in shock. Didn't seem very inclined to talk, so we just got to work.
Gotcha. Is he still in the Pokeball? Have you taken him out?
We have taken him out of his containment, yes.
So I think it might be worth checking into before we got here and before the whole possession thing. We came across a very dubious Mr. Mime.
She kind of like visibly shudders.
yeah,
They make me very uncomfortable.
But it was still a Magby at the time, and it like shot it, I guess. I don't know what it is that mimes do, but it seemed like it killed him, and something brought him back, and I'm concerned that the something that brought him back was the ghost that possessed him. So I would investigate the head on the side where if there would be a wound. I don't know how mimes work, but that was definitely
Interesting.
I can show you if I'm allowed back there.
Which side of the head do you remember?
I would think the left, but I mean I would check both.
Certainly, we'll do.
Not that hard.
Wow. Throwing shade at
You're the
at
nurse.
Joy.
Because,
Check both sides of the head. What can I tell you?
Are you even a medical professional?
Like we'll look into that. We'll go take a look. Thank you for your insight.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bulbs on his head. Okay.
That is a fair point.
Which one of his bulbous crown bits is a wound? I don't know. Check them all.
But if it's of any help before any of that, he had a larger right arm, but everything else about him was a standard Magmar, like standard colors, standard everything. Like, I don't know if that helps for finding any sort of discrepancies, but
Okay. You say his coloration was normal before?
uh-huh.
So he hasn't always had this sort of ghastly purple?
No.
Okay. Well, that certainly clears a lot of things up.
I'm concerned that might be a remnant of something that happened to him.
Seems we have a lot of work to do.
Okay.
I would do your best to keep your friend distracted. I don't think anything else is. I think he's through the worst of it.
Okay. And then when they leave, I'm gonna ask Wadsworth, like, hey, were you able to sense anything weird in Mortar? Like,
Intelligence check.
unnatural 20.
Woo!
The guac costs extra. Guac.
That's a shirt I actually want. I actually want that
It's
shirt.
spelled like GWUACK.
Yeah. Guac.
With just Wadsworth flexing.
The guac is
Oh,
extra.
that's
Yeah.
so good.
So what are you inquiring specifically?
if there was something, it's not that he had to know that Mortar was possessed, but did something seem off? Like, were you able to sense any difference in Mortar after that whole bit?
He will give you the heartiest of guac.
Have you been able to sense that in anyone else on our team?
Guac. Guac. And he'll point at Manny.
Okay. Fair. But, like, none of us? I'll point over there, too, at the two of them. Like, can you sense anything?
Guac.
Okay. Cool. Well, I very much appreciate your help, buddy. You're incredible.
He kind of waddles over to you and hugs you.
You're incredible.
You're breathtaking.
Guac.
And I will take them back. I will call back my team.
Okay.
And I will do a swaparooski for the time being.
It's different than a swapski.
Yes,
It
it
is.
is. It's very different.
That's several instances of a swapski in rapid succession. Is a swaparooski.
Oh, okay.
So
Well, good to know.
I
The
will
Boarding Party
have.
dictionary.
I will keep Monty.
Okay. Monty
I will
remains.
withdraw Bullet.
Yes.
I will withdraw Arjan. And I will, for the time being, keep Titania. So I'll deposit Howell and Wadsworth for the time being.
Howell and Wadsworth enter the box. You
Bullet.
bring out Arjan and Bullet.
Yes.
Let's go. It's about time.
And then
My little buddy. He's back.
I want to... Is that ranger-looking guy still in there? No, he left,
No,
right?
he left.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anyone else here that looks ranger-esque or ranch hand-ish?
Take a look-see doodle.
If not, I'll just wait till
Take a
you
look
get back.
doodle for the ranch hand.
AKA make a perception or investigation check, whichever you'd prefer.
Well,
That is a look-see doodle.
Perception. 23.
Thankfully, the sun is not in your eyes
'Cause
today.
we're
You
indoors.
filter
At
fed. You've got
night.
enough calories in the brain. You're firing on all cylinders. Nobody appears to be like a ranger type.
Okay.
For as long as or for as little as you've been in Nutri, I guess you've only seen 2 rangers.
Okay.
Actually, you've only seen 1.
Yeah.
You've seen Stanley.
Yeah.
So it doesn't seem like they're just everywhere. They
That's
seem
fine.
to be either out patrolling on duty, or maybe there's only like a handful of them. And ranch hand wise, not really the aesthetic of the town.
Okay.
But you do see some folks that appear to be locals. Some focals, if you will. Local folks.
Is the nurse still there?
Yeah. There is always
Okay.
there is always a nurse Joy.
The
Good to
best
know.
customer
Good to know.
There is
service.
always a nurse Joy. Even when there is not a nurse Joy, there is a nurse Joy.
So
Or a
I'll,
chance.
I'll walk up and say, for my friend, the Magmar that's back there, do you know if we're gonna get any news now, or when you said we should go distract him, should we take him out for a couple hours or come back tomorrow? Or
I think some fresh new tree air might do him good.
okay,
We will we'll send a message when he's
okay, we'll
If
be
anything
at Stanley's house.
excellent. Okay.
Okay,
Or wherever Bagels takes us.
it's true.
He does like bagels.
He does. She knew who he was by mentioning bagels.
It's canon. His name is Bagels.
Um,
He has a necklace. It's dog tags. It just says Bagels. I like bagels on the other side. I'm not lost. I am simply looking to acquire more bagels. There were no bagels where I was. Hopefully there are bagels where I'm going.
So I'll walk back over.
It's a lot of dog tags.
I talked to the nurse.
Yeah, what'd you say?
She says that he's through the worst of it,
Okay.
but it's
good.
still gonna be a while, and maybe we should get some fresh air in the meantime. Get our minds off things and
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of still want to just stay here in case something happens, but I feel like we should all maybe get some rest, and then maybe in the morning I could meet back up with you guys. Maybe if nothing's changed, I can just hang out with y'all and see what this town is about, I guess.
So you're sleeping here tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to stay by Mortar, but I can meet up with you guys first thing in the morning.
Okay. We'll be at
Fair.
Stanley's.
Alrighty,
Let's do it.
I'll just meet you back there.
Okay.
Thanks, Milo.
You're welcome. Would you like to ride Giraffe Rig back to Stanley's?
Sure.
Hop on. Can
Alright.
Giraffe Rig support 2 people?
It can support 2, but we're gonna need a Pokemon handling check
Oh.
from our second rider.
Oh.
Would
Partially
you
if-
rather walk, or does that put you uneasy?
No, do the
can
check.
try.
You're
I can
gonna
try.
get nipped in the buns or not.
It is partially is the second head going to take notice of you, and partially can you hold your balance on the back of a giraffe?
Oh, natural 20.
Yes,
Answer
Alley-oop.
yes. Over the head.
Yeah, you
We did
dunk
not know
on the
this,
head,
but
you're like,
Phoebe
"Whoa!"
used to be a professional Tauros rider back in Bluefinland.
Drew, she dunks on the head.
You have like a tiny sack. And you're like, yeah,
Just pushes it down, perfectly lands on the back.
boom. You're a natural born
That was
giraffe rig
baller.
rider.
So we'll trot back.
Is Bagels coming?
No, Bagels will remain in town, but
Okay.
he will see you off at the edge of.
We'll see you tomorrow, Bagels.
Bye, Bagels.
I just see like vines with a bunch of bagels, like he's through the holes of all of them.
Yeah, and then every once in a while he just goes, pulls like 2 or 3 bagels out there.
Bagel
Just
machine.
Dozens of bagels.
I think he would enjoy the breakfast tomorrow, but we'll let him keep Bentley company.
Yeah.
How was your conversation with him while I was talking to the nurse? How's he feeling?
Upset.
It's understandable.
Yeah. Nervous. Scared. Weirded out.
Yeah.
I think all the feels that we're feeling, but worse.
Fair. You know, it's just in the heat of the battle. It was sad to see Mortar lying there. I don't know what to take of that.
Yeah. I don't know. I would probably shock.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not around that.
Yeah, no, that was intense. I don't know what I would have done if that was Monty in that situation.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff. And what do you take of that cadabra looking ghost thing?
I don't know.
Like, is it a ghost cadabra? Is it like a astral
Well-
projection of one, or?
Well, I'm just trying to tie it in with everything else we've seen, and that anything that involves like ghosts is just really weird,
Yeah,
and no one knows what's going on.
I'm asking about the cadabra specific aspect of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's some kind of relationship between them and psychic types, because there's Mr. Mime that did that weird thing, and then there's
Yeah.
Kaz and his whole crew
Yeah.
that are always like close behind. Or
But
and
do you think the cadabra was able to like invade his mind like Kaz did to Javier, and it wasn't really like a ghost?
yeah,
Because I mean,
But
the one
why-
thing that everyone's kind of afraid to talk about is like it seemed like Mortar died,
yeah,
and I think if there was ever a time for a cadabra to like possess a body mentally, that would be the easiest. So
Yeah.
like to me, I wasn't necessarily thinking the whole time that it was a ghost per se.
but then why did it have like a ghost form?
Because I don't know how that works. Like we never like fought Javier to see what came out of him.
I thought nothing did.
Blood.
We didn't know.
He just stopped like
he was away when it
mind
happened.
controlling. Oh,
But like the actual removal of it,
yeah, yeah. This is the first time we saw that.
yeah.
No, I thought we saw the Gaslies leave the people over.
They like spit the
in
bodies
Xantha.
out
Yeah, and
of
then they
them.
like yeah.
Yeah. But those are Ghastlies. That's a different thing.
I could be a different thing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
But I don't like that's my debate. My dilemma now is if, the cadabra, if it was like remotely possessing Mortar,
Mm-hmm.
or if there was a cadabra that say came in contact with the ghost stone or something and has those powers, and it's a whole separate ordeal.
My only thing would be, but I guess if it's like the prime mind, that's the only way I could see it working, is how do you do that from such a long distance unless it's stalking us?
I mean, there could be something stronger than cause. He was able to puppet a full human being and keep him from...
Right, but he was there. He was physically there.
Yeah, but it like look at the level that it did it. Like he had no memories of it.
Yeah.
He had no...
But I'm talking about there's physical, like... He was physically there nearby.
Correct.
Not I'm talking about long distance.
Correct.
I would think it would be.
But he was also like moving himself around. Like Kaz was moving, he was moving. There
Yeah.
could be a cadaver that's just like meditating and projecting himself and
Right.
not doing anything.
But I'm saying I feel like there's got to be a limit on that, unless they found.
We don't know.
Unless they found like the psychic stone,
They did.
but would that give it that ability?
That's what I'm asking.
We're due.
Like we don't know.
We're due.
I just wanted to open the door that might not be a ghost.
Yeah. No, for sure. That's what I'm saying. There's a weird tie between the psychic and the ghost, and I don't know if they're trying to make us think it's ghosts or what. But there's some kind of a relationship there. I'm convinced of it.
Between the psychics and ghosts.
Yeah, whether it's friendly or whether the ghosts are kind of doing their own thing and then they just align with whoever.
I mean, isn't that what we heard? That they were kind of split. Some were with the psychics, some weren't, and they just kind of were their own faction.
I thought everyone was just kind of sketched out by them.
I thought we read that like back in the day, like this was like Xantha days, that some ghosts were persuaded to help them, some
Yeah.
were persuaded to help us. There was a lot of impersonating of other ghosts.
Which would make sense in that people are just kind of sketched out in general because they don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah,
They just kind of do what they want,
yeah.
which no one knows what they want.
This is terrifying.
What do they want?
What does any of this mean? Are we...
Meanwhile, back at the
Where
Pokemon
is it
Center.
This is for me to stick my head in the dirt. Are we
Uh,
back at Diane's? Or Stanley's, I mean?
Yeah, you guys have probably been standing outside. For like 10 minutes. What if they could do that though? No one knows. And Diane's just like standing, leaning against the door with a cup of tea, just like.
The Michael Jackson popcorn gif.
Yeah.
Just-
Well, back at the Pokemon Center, Bentley's gonna take Evinrude's Pokeball and what was it? Swapperooski was what you said, or
Dude, whatever you're
you
feeling,
can coin
sure.
Your own
You
term.
might be doing a
Swapperooski.
swapski. You might be doing a switcheroo.
just glad that Evinrude is back to full strength, but he'll swap in Evinrude and take out Klaus,
Yes.
and then
the strongest Chad.
so I'm gonna send out Rose. And hey Rose, I've got Klaus again, and while I don't doubt that your Aqua Ring is really powerful, I just wanted to make sure that it's still around him, not let him drown on land. So can we maybe try that again? See if he's all right to breathe. And I'll send out Klaus and see if he's still in the Aqua Ring or if she has to do that again.
He kind of like flops awkwardly on the ground. It's like, and then a little bit of water kind of swirls up around him, and he's. And now it's just like a little watery mask over his mouth. He's
Wow.
just.
You good, Klaus?
Can you still like float around?
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
Was that how? Can I tell that was Rose's doing, or
Rose is still like sitting by, like, what do you need? I'm ready.
Put
Interesting.
me in, coach.
fair enough?
She's
I'm
like,
ready
I'm
to
on
swim."
standby in case he goes down, just in case.
All right. Well,
Ready.
I wanna see if Rose can do the like bubble ball again, even if
Bubble ball.
Klaus is
Yeah.
chilling by himself and has like his own sustainability thing, just like another layer,
Yeah.
I guess, of protection.
She is absolutely capable of projecting a watery bowl.
Okay. Do you need me to roll for that, or she can just do it?
She's done enough aqua rings that.
She crit the first time. She's got that schematic
She did.
in her head.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's capable of doing it insofar as like it's a ball of water around Klaus.
Okay.
It's
so
basically it's like a background program. She can just be
Nice.
like, yeah, you got it, whatever.
so he'll have
She's getting strong.
water mask and bubble ball, and I'll call back Rose, and I'll swap ski Rose and get out dial up and drip.
Let's go.
So I have dial up Klaus, drip Manny,
Drip, drip, drip.
and I'll send out dial up, and I'll start looking for a plug.
Okay.
I need holes.
Yikes.
Whoa, bro.
Stanley Yelnats from the corner is like, don't we all? Okay. Yeah, as you head back over to your little couch corner, there is in fact an outlet in the wall. Analog power.
Plug in.
All the lights just. The power surge of trying to charge up dial-up.
Plug in my boy. I'll set like a chair in between dial up and Klaus, and then I'll send out drip to like meander around with Klaus.
Okay.
Just so we're not getting any of the water boys near the electric boy.
Drip just hangs on to Klaus's big flat tail.
Oh, sick.
Nice.
They're just swimming around.
And Klaus is like, whatever.
Fair.
That is an actual infant. If I fling it, it will die.
He was like
not
annoyed for
do
a
that.
second and couldn't come up with an excuse for why. He's like,
I'll allow it.
Should I kill this thing?
Bus, you want me to kill him? Is he with you?
Yeah.
I have not been out in quite some time.
Yeah.
I do not know who this is. I will
Honestly,
kill him for you.
nobody outside of the four have.
Exactly. It's been a hot minute.
We've
since you guys
been
have
on
even
the
had a
road.
chance.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
Bentley's just gonna lie down on his little couch and watch the little monitoring system, and then probably eventually
Perfect.
just pass out with Manny.
Okay, so we'll come back to that in a minute. Two of you, back at Stanley's cabin.
Yes.
There's a pot of tea on. So the two of you make your way back into the cabin. Stanley appears to be hard at work. He's got a bunch of maps and pins and stuff kind of pointed
Oh.
out. He seems to be tracking movements of things within the preserve.
oh,
Wow. You keep track of all that?
Yeah, we try to.
and also, what is all that?
It's nice to know, where everybody's at. Migration patterns and stuff. We like to track whoever comes in. It's nothing official. These are just sightings.
That's cool. That's really cool. Do you need any help?
Sure. Yeah, if you want to lend a hand here. It's like,
Yep.
he's got a little radio next to him, and every once in a while, someone would be like, okay, subject 22 has moved 3/4 of a mile northwest. And he's
Thrilling.
22.
all
Pin
right.
22.
And he'll just kind of like undo a pin and kind of poke it a little bit higher and be like, can you hand me that piece of paper over there?
Sure. What's
All right. And he kind of puts a little pin in the wall, and there's a little sketch of a giraffe rig.
There you go.
He's like,
Answers
last
my
sighted
question.
in
They're
this
all
quadrant.
just giraffe.
They are mostly giraffe rig. There is one very large cluster of like probably 5 or 6 little red pins, and just a sketch of a ponytail.
Oh, that's cool.
wow.
He goes, yeah, we've been tracking the herd for a while. We want to make sure,
Have they been
welcome though they may be, that they don't set fire to the whole area.
fair? Have they been in here for a long time?
No, they're a relatively recent addition.
Oh.
Wandered in maybe a month back.
Just
They're
kind
perfectly friendly, but,
That's cool.
if they get spooked, they have a tendency to start some fires.
Do you keep track of bagels?
Oh, the little guy.
Yeah.
They all know him by
Yeah.
He goes, no, he's never far.
No, okay.
He knows where the food is.
He's where the bagels are.
He's quite popular with the locals.
Yeah. We got a little taste of that.
Yeah,
He's
he's a
super
bit of a
cool.
celebrity. He's been around longer than the preserve, as far as I know.
Really?
He was here when New Tree sprang up.
Whoa.
And
Wow.
he'll probably be here long after we move out. So who knows?
I was
Bagels
like,
is 1 billion years old.
I was like
Heck
super
yeah.
hyped to like maybe have bagels on our team, but now I'd feel terrible
Oh yeah.
for having him leave.
Taking the town like
He's like
hero.
the keystone to New Tree.
Like, oh,
He's
one
also
of many.
mine. Ball.
Absolutely not. Bagels is a
No,
New Tree
yeah.
treasure.
If you're looking for Bulbasaurs, though, there are plenty out here. They
No.
are, I wouldn't say fair game to catch, but if they take a shine to you, you're more than welcome to have them travel with you.
Interesting.
I thought you were gonna have
Hear
him
that,
wink.
CJ?
And he just goes,
What's wrong with CJ?
He's not here.
Thus,
Message
Drew can
detected.
do what he
It
wants.
just says image deleted. It is just a big gray
I
square
think he's
spinning.
seizing.
No, I know he'll be super amped.
Yeah.
I have this giraffe rig I met a while ago. I was hoping to find like a saddle or something because I've been riding him a bit,
Yeah.
and he's super cool and just
Seems like he's taken quite the shine to you.
yeah. So I was curious if there was anything like that in New Tree or something you rangers might have, since there's so many giraffe right here.
I do have a saddle, but it's the size of a Rhyhorn, so probably not the best fit for you. But
Do you have a shrink ray too, or
I do not have a
Yeah.
We could look into making you a saddle.
that would be amazing. Yeah, that'd be amazing if we could do that, and I'd be happy to help you out around the preserve in exchange for that.
Oh, absolutely! Sounds like a fair trade.
Sweet. So, should we get started in the morning, or are you doing stuff now, or?
Yeah, I gotta finish up these tracking maneuvers, but we could
Sweet.
definitely in the next few days, if things stay a little quieter than they have been. be fine.
Absolutely.
Cool. I'm in.
Cool. Cool.
Not as cool as bagels.
Is Diane around?
Yeah, she was kind of laughing at you guys while you were
Okay.
talking on the back of Giraffe, going, "Are we there yet? You've been here 10 minutes."
Hey,
He's just sipping some tea.
hey, Diane. Thanks for the tea.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Bentley's sleeping at the Pokemon Center tonight. It sounded like maybe the worst is behind him, but it sounds like he's undergoing some physical changes. But it might be a while before he is 100%. So we were thinking to help get Bentley's mind off of it and do something a little different. We could do that excursion you were talking about as well.
Yeah.
Definitely. Be happy to show you around the area, and if you'd like, I can show you where we find all those fossils.
That
Yeah.
would be really cool.
I really want to
It
see that.
depends, when I wake up, if Stanley's got some forest ranger stuff, I may help him. But if there's nothing going on, I'll come with you guys.
Certainly.
So we'll go pick up Bentley in the morning and go on a trip.
Sounds like an excellent plan.
Cool.
She'll kind
Sweet.
of turn around right as a little toaster oven kind of shoots up some waffles.
Oh.
She places them on a plate and she goes, "Gotta go deliver Samantha's dinner." This is all she'll eat. But she'll walk over to one of the back rooms and kind of knock on it. You see just the two little child hands take the little plate. Just like, "Let me know when you're done." Mm-hmm.
It's like super shy.
Is there any other pressing matters you want to get to before you?
I
Take your
would
long
like
rest.
to wake up early, but no.
Okay.
Bedtime?
Bedtime. Bentley. As you kind of sit back on your couch, you're like, "Well, you're like, I've had less comfortable rests. This'll be fine." After about an hour of nervous fidgeting, you do eventually just collapse from exhaustion. The events of the day kind of get to you. However, an amount of time later, you kind of jolt yourself awake. You're like, "How could I fall asleep? What on earth? I need to be there just in case." As you awaken on your couch, the lights in the Pokemon Center have been dimmed. Manny's just passed out on the couch next to you. He's snoring. He's having a peaceful moment. Dial-up's at about half charge. Drip's still walking around.
Accurate.
He's an insomniac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Klaus is kind of just like resting nearby.
Maybe he's got vital spirit like BB.
Who knows? But Drip will see that you're awake and it's like, "Finally, entertain me."
Hey, Drip.
Hey.
You know your friend Mortar? He's kind of in a bad state right now.
I know. He had a rough day.
Am I dreaming, Drip?
What do you mean?
I don't know what's going on anymore, but usually you just yell squirt.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
All right. Well, what do you want to do?
Well, we can go check on him. See how he's doing.
Okay. You want to lead the way?
Yeah. You just kind of like... You just hear like his little wet foot pads on the Pokemon Center floor. And as he kind of leads you over to the counter, he's like, "Well, I don't see anybody around. I know where he is, though. He's in one of the rooms in the back.
Did you already go in the back?
Yeah, I've been all over this place. You guys have been sleeping for a long time, and I get really bored.
All right, well, I'm sorry. I feel like I wasn't sleeping for that long. It's still dark out, but
That's okay. Follow me. And he kind of like jumps on his belly, and a little bit of water shoots out, and he's just like,
the trip, we probably
Nice.
shouldn't
Come
sneak in the back.
on!
And I'll just
Come on, Dad.
I'll run after him.
okay. He'll kind of slide over, and he's like, all right, well, I can't read, so maybe he's in this one.
Do I have to like perception to see what room is Mortar's?
Yeah, make a quick perception check.
Make a reading check.
Do you know how to read?
19.
19.
You passed
Okay.
English.
Yeah, as you're staring at the door that drips in front of you, you're like, well, that one says unoccupied. You look a little bit further on, and it just says Woods Mortar, and it's almost like a hospital room.
Looks like it's this one over here, Drip.
Ah, cool. All right. Well, I'm glad you can read.
Yeah,
I have
am
no
too.
idea where I'm going.
Yeah, well, you did say that you went back here before. Where are the
Yeah,
nurses?
I don't really remember too much, but let's go check on him. Let's go see.
All right. I'll like look around. Like, is this kosher? Are there like nurses that are gonna arrest me?
Yeah, so far,
Sir, you
doesn't
can't
look
be
like it.
back here.
But it does look like they're in like nighttime mode. Like a lot of the lights are off. There's
Uh-huh.
just a few safety lights.
Okay.
And he's like, "In we go!" And he just starts pushing on the door.
Does it open?
No, there's a handle that has
Okay.
to be pulled.
I'll just.
But he's just like,
jimmy
"All
the-
right, perfect. Finally, it gave way. I
Uh-huh.
knew I was strong enough."
Yeah, good work, Drip. That was really well done.
Thanks, Dad. Kind of walks over to the bed and he's like, "All right, now we just gotta climb the sheets." And he's just like pulling the blanket off the bed.
Hold on, and I'll lift him up and set him at the foot of the bed.
Okay. There's a little heart monitoring machine next to Mortar. It's just a very steady like, doot, doot. Seems like he has a slow pace, but it's there. It explodes and throws itself out of a tree. No!
It comes flying in the
Why?
hospital.
But yeah, as you approach, you can see Mortar is a much paler shade of red than usual, and his belly, even under the blanket, is glowing this like ominous purple. Almost kind of looks like a cloud of thunder with like continual streaks of white light through it. It's like staring into the remember all, but purple and lightningy.
Weird. All right,
Right,
well,
it's
if I sit next to him, does he still like radiate that same heat that he was radiating, or
He does not.
interesting?
The room that you're in seems like unconscionably cold.
Drip, is it cold in here? Or is that just me?
I don't know. It feels fine to me,
Yeah,
but I like the cold.
you do like the cold. Yeah,
I do.
I don't know why I asked. Yeah.
See,
Uh-huh.
I like it a lot.
Yeah. So what have you been doing all night? Just exploring every room in
Yeah.
here?
Most of the doors are locked.
I
It's
would
like they don't want
imagine
me going
so.
in there.
Yeah.
It's kind of annoying.
Yeah. Well, sorry about
Man,
that.
I
but-
wish I was taller. I could open the doors. It'd be so cool.
Well, maybe someday, or
That's his dream.
I'm-
Just to open the door.
Dream big.
He's a locksmith by trade.
I mean, I'll probably regret telling you this, but you could maybe, if you used a strong enough stream of water, you could maybe open handles.
That's genius.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
That's why you're the boss.
Yeah, so don't do that unless I'm around, all right?
Uh-huh.
I was waiting for that one.
Got it.
And I'll just pat him on the head.
Sure, man.
But yeah, Mortar
is
just
happening?
sits motionless. The only spot on Mortar that seems at all normal is his larger arm is still radiating some heat.
Mm-hmm.
You see that? It's almost like a hot road in the summer. You can see just heat kind of steaming off there.
Okay. Well, Bentley's just gonna like hold his smaller arm. Like, just hope you're doing all right, buddy. I miss you. I'm sorry about everything that happened.
Drip puts his little hand on there, and you can see steam just immediately starts rising. He goes, "Yeah, me too. If I was there, I would have protected you."
I don't doubt it, Drip. You got a lot of spunk.
After a few minutes of silence sitting with Mortar, you hear a slight like on the now open door to Mortar's room.
I'll turn and look.
Okay. You see a Nurse Joy kind of standing there. Goes, "I'm sorry to disturb. I know you're worried. I just came to make sure everything's fine."
Yeah, I'm sorry. My Squirtle here, he kind of went back, and I chased after him, and there's nobody here, so I figured I'd just check on Mortar.
Oh, it's quite all right. And Driplet goes, "Way to rat me out, dude.
It's fine.
The heck?"
They won't get mad at you. They would get mad at me.
Yeah, sure. That's what you think.
It is what I think. It's what I know.
And the Nurse Joy just kind of walks over, checks on some of the like IVs that are in Mortar's smaller arm. There's a couple like whatever those things are.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever they, I don't know.
I know what you're
I'm
talking
not a
about.
doctor. But those little white like stickers
Yep.
that have a wire on them, monitoring like brainwave activity, and all those monitors are very, very still. There's almost like no brain activity going on. At which point the Nurse Joy kind of stands up straight and just goes, "You know, I really thought I had you there for a minute." And the guise kind of fades away, and you see the shadowy cadabra, and it just kind of lunges out towards you. Hey Bentley, what's your dexterity score?
13.
13. Yeah. You feel a cold, shadowy hand at your throat, kind of lift you up, and Drip just goes, "Uh-oh.
Drip,
Dad,
get it.
Dad, what do I do?
Get it, Drip.
What, get it?
Get it.
I don't know that move."
Just attack.
Ah! And he just kind of throws himself towards the shadowy figure. I'll let you roll. You can roll. I don't know why I'm rolling for Drip. Go for it.
Drip.
Just throw
Drip,
a d20, see what
drip,
happens.
drip.
14 on the die.
He goes, "Get off my dad!" And just kind of like water tackles into this thing and just goes, passes right through the shape. He just goes, "You have no idea how long I've been waiting to destroy you and your friends for everything you did." And his hand just gets a little bit tighter around your throat, and he just lifts you off the ground.
Drip, try something else.
What do I do? It didn't work.
Just anything else. Try it.
Go ahead and roll again.
Oh, God. Oh, God. 16 on the die.
All right. He just goes, and he just shoots this stream of water, and it kind of like splashes against the cadabra, and he just goes, "Enough." Natural one. As he holds his hand out to the side, you see a little bit of purple energy starts to coalesce, and Drip just goes, "Gross!" He just sprays some water on it, just extinguishes the little purple flame. He goes, "I suppose you'll have to do for now." At which point, a very large purple spiked hand shoots up from the bed right into the thing that's grabbing you, forces you to the ground, and then lifts it off. And you see Mortar has sat up from his hospital bed. And he just goes, and just crushes the ghost in front of you and drops it to the ground. And then he just kind of collapses back into the bed, breathing very heavy. Just...
Drip, are you all right?
"Yeah, I'm good."
Thank you. Mortar, are you okay?
Never better.
I'll just hug Mortar.
He kind of slaps his big arm around you. And as he kind of leans you back into the bed, you kind of awaken on your bench seat out in the Pokemon Center to a Nurse Joy tapping you on the side. Says, "Bentley,
Yeah.
Mortar's awake. We thought you should see."
Okay, I'll come in now. Thank you.
And Drip's just kind of sitting next to you and just goes,
Hey, bud. I'll put him on my shoulder and just walk back. I'll like poke Manny awake and just tell him to like, come on, bud.
climbs off the little chair.
I'll walk with them, and I imagine Klaus will just follow behind. Dial-up will like try to go, but then hit the end of his cord.
"No, I'll just be here, charging up."
Okay.
It's like, it's been a long time. Gonna charge up. But yeah, as you make your way through a now familiar back hallway, The sun is just beginning to peer over the horizon through some of the windows nearby. You can see as the door swings open. Mortar is in fact sitting upright, kind of blinking heavy, looking around, and he just keeps looking down at his hand, and then he looks up at you.
Did that really happen, Mortar?
Oh.
Never mind. It's good to have you back, and I'll just run over and hug him.
Yeah, he's nice and warm again. But that purpleness in the belly's still there. It's faint, but it's not quite as dramatic as it just was. But
Uh-huh.
there's a little purple hue to it.
Okay. That was tense. My God.
And Drip just kind of like tugs on both your ears, just goes, "Squid!
Yeah. Say hi to Mortar.
Quick!" And he just kind of jumps on. Mortar just kind of chuckles as steam billows off his arm when Drip makes contact.
And I'll pick up Manny by the club and just set him down next to Mortar also.
Yeah, the two of them kind of share a little moment.
Mhm.
Holds up the smaller arm, and Manny's just like barely making contact.
Fair.
The nurse Joy will be like, "Well, seems like he pulled through. I'll give you to a moment."
All right. Thank you so much for your help, Nurse Joy. I really appreciate it.
Of course. Kind of walks away.
Mortar, later, but I'll have a lot of questions to ask you. But just make sure you rest up, all right? Need you at full strength.
He kind of chuckles, rubs the side of his head. Just like,
Do I see anything on that side of the head?
there is a very faint, very dull purple scar in the shape of like kind of a starburst.
Interesting. Okay. What side of the head is it on?
It is on the right side of Mortar's head.
Okay.
Kind of where, like, if he didn't have the bulbous bits, it would be like where the temple is.
Right.
It's like just below
Just
that.
below that? Okay. Oh, man. All right. Well, I'll just, like, pat him on the head and just lie down next to him, like, take up a Bentley-sized amount of the bed and just kind of, like, close my eyes and try and rest, but kind of still freaking out about the dream question mark.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to eke out a few more hours of sleep right next to your close good friend.
Okay.
You wanted to wake up early.
That I did.
It's early.
It is.
morning.
I'm awake.
Awaken.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's great to stay up late. I'm going to go outside and I'm going to send out Monty,
Yeah.
Bullet,
Yeah.
Atticus.
Yeah.
Say good morning, my bird friends.
Caw!
Come
Squad!
land on my arms. I'm just kidding.
Squad.
Bird hug.
Fly me!
Arise,
Um,
father of feathers.
Rise with the sun.
Atticus, do you like to battle? No? Okay. Just making sure. I was reading some of your file, and it said that they were displeased with it, and I wasn't sure if you enjoyed it and they didn't think you were good enough, or if you just don't like to battle. So I wanted to ask that question to give you the fair shake. Okay, fair. Is there anything that you are striving to do? Any goals you have set for yourself?
Atticus looks at himself and just goes,
Just to enjoy life? Perfect. Okay. So then I think we're going to have a race. Monty, you're going to give our contestants here a nice hearty tailwind for maximum speed and a challenge on the return trip because they'll have a headwind.
best not get tumbled away.
Yes.
Stay strong in the face of the Chad of all winds.
The Chad of
The
all
windiest
winds.
of Chads.
A grouping of words that has never been said in that order.
I strive for those.
So I'll have Bullet knows the dealings of a race. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
going to give any rules because I'm curious to see how Atticus does this challenge. Like if
Mm-hmm.
they fly together or if they like split the journey or how they.
One stays there and the other one does it, and regardless, they won because they got there first.
It's true.
That's actually just the
Nice.
secret to their speed. Is one never moves and the other one is getting into position.
So I'm just curious on how they handle it. I just want to take that in. I'm not going to give any
Okay.
guidance. I just want to see how they handle it.
What are the rules about interfering with the other competitors? Can I clip his wings?
So I'll just tell Bullet, it's a normal race. It is
You know the drill.
go fast, gotta go fast.
Yeah.
And Monty, give him a wind,
The
buddy.
heartiest tailwind. All right, you have a lot of dice to roll.
Yes.
So for Bullet,
Tell me how you want me to do this.
I want you to roll all of Bullet's dice.
All
Okay.
of the dice, because that's how we race.
And I want you to tell me that number and I'll write it down in this notepad.
Oh boy. Oh boy,
Oh,
Bullet.
bullet.
So that's 10, 14, 18, 26. That was pathetic.
Bullet.
That was a lot of
rusty.
ones. An 8 on the D20.
He's been in the box.
It's fair. It's fair.
Okay. So
And the
26.
headwind doesn't help.
So a
but-
26 on Bullet's
Yes.
going away.
What's in the box?
I want you to roll the... How many D8s do you have?
4.
Okay. I want you to roll 4 D8s for one part of Atticus.
Oh. Okay. A 1, 4, 6, 10.
10? Okay. And then I want you to roll all of your D10s for the second part of Atticus.
But which one's the clone?
Both.
We'll never know.
We have 2 million units on the way.
4 D10s incoming. Shablamo. 10, 20.
So a 30 total.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, as
Barely clipped them.
Bullet's like, easy money, man, I got this. As the sound of the start bell goes off, whatever that may be, might just be Milo going, go!
It was.
All right.
Good guess.
Yeah. So Bullet takes off like a shot. He's like, I am speed. And then as he looks to his left and right, the two Atticuses are just like, and they just go further. Further than any bird has gone before.
Wow.
As they reach whatever endpoint you set
It's
out
far.
for them.
Yeah.
It's a lot
As
of
they
migration.
kind of like spiral around a tree, become swinging back. Go ahead and roll all of Bullet's dice.
Oh, dang.
And then subtract a d20 roll for the headwind.
Okay, so that is...
Supremely better.
Yeah, not even kidding. 10, 14,
No fooling.
16, 19, 25, 30, 43.
43, and
yeah,
then roll a
a
d20
lot better.
for the headwind.
A 4.
All right, so a 39 all
bullet.
day.
Just getting warmed up.
Atticus,
Just getting warmed up.
48, 40, 10. And then subtract a d20.
Oh, boy. From each.
40. 40, 10.
I don't wanna.
Which one did I miss? Oh, this one.
The one that you just rolled.
Is that a 1, 7, 8, 16, 18,
Okay.
10, 18, 22.
So that's 40.
It's gonna be
And then
Close.
we're gonna subtract a d20.
And what's Bullet at?
Currently 39.
Oh,
So
God.
you need a 1.
It would be
Atticus.
so crazy if you rolled a 1.
An 8.
8. Okay. On the return journey, the Attici are just like, but they're so small that they're trying to fly into this headwind and they keep kind of tumbling back, and then they go back and help the other side, and they're like, come on, you can do it. You can do it. But Bullet's at the end, he's like, weakness. Slowness is weakness. I have 1. And then he sees the two Atakai struggling, and he'll fly back out and help them finish. He's an honorable boy.
Okay.
Nice.
But also a winner.
Yeah, he's like, I want it. No, did I win? Did I win? Is it official? Okay, I'll help.
Is it in the records? Yes? Okay, I'll
I
help
did
them
it.
now.
All right.
Interesting.
way.
I like the teamwork. I think there might be something we can do there. I am going to return indoors to Stanley's cabin with Arjan. And is anyone else awake in this house?
Only Stanley.
House.
Stanley is an early riser.
Fair.
He's got a cup of coffee.
Hey, Stanley, I have my little friend Arjan here. He likes to cook. Do you mind if we cook some breakfast?
Help yourself. My kitchen is yours.
Sweet.
And Arjan's just like, shake it out.
It was very zen in that box.
I've got an idea for breakfast this morning, Arjan.
He's like, me too.
Okay.
What's your idea?
And then we'll mind meld.
Yeah.
And we'll both have the same idea.
There you go. I'll allow it.
Okay.
Go for it. This is cooking time.
Okay. Yeah,
This
we're
is
gonna
cooking
start.
with Milo.
It's time.
Cooking time.
I'm gonna help him crack some eggs
time.
because he's
Jesse.
got some tiny hands,
Yeah,
and
baby hands.
I'll get him some ingredients out,
Okay.
and he's gonna start cooking and tasting, and then I'll say, let me know when the batter's ready. I'm gonna go check and see if Stanley's got any morning chores he needs help with.
He's like,
I've got a book for Arjan.
Oh, do you?
anyone can cook.
By
Salt.
Gusto. Oh,
Fat, acid, heat.
nice. Wow,
Yeah.
that's a light read for Cyndaquil, but
It has drawings.
It's called
There's
antacid.
illustrations.
It has illustrations in there.
He's fine.
He'll figure it out.
He's an intelligent Arjan.
so
Fine.
how's it looking this morning, Stanley?
So far it's pretty quiet. I think most of the preserve is still operating on pretty low power. I don't think anybody's out there stirring up too much trouble.
So obviously there's a lot of giraffe rig and then this new cluster of ponyta. Have there been any other Pokemon that are living on the reserve?
Nothing too exotic.
What about like a Nidoran?
So specific.
Well, there's a reason for that.
Oh, that's true.
He goes, not for a long time. We used to have sightings of them every once in a while.
Okay.
It was a real small one.
It was when we were at the mime encampment that was nearby. There's a Nidoking that was loose, and he had a little baby Nidoran. I wasn't sure if maybe they were from here, from the reserve, or anything.
Well, I don't know. That little guy used to sneak under the fences all the time. He would take all kinds of stuff. He also used to yell something. Sound like he was gargling her. I don't know.
That might be him. That sounds a lot like him. We were looking at maybe going on a archaeological expedition, to use a couple bigger words.
Milos knows. What's happening?
We were looking to dig for dinos.
Oh, this is Milo. He has these
It's
moments where he just
Tycoon
gets very
Dino
intellectual.
digs.
It's great.
We were looking at maybe going on a little excursion with Diane this morning to look for fossil Pokemon. I'd like to help on the reserve, but if there's nothing really going on, I was gonna go with them.
Oh, no, by all means. Trust me, nothing on the preserve leaves for good. They
Okay.
always seem to come back.
Well, if you need any help or favors,
Well, all right. And then he kind of like tunes the radio down a little bit. It's probably the equivalent of like 5 in the morning.
okay.
Just sipping some coffee.
Dang.
But then Arjan kind of like taps a spoon on the counter. He's like,
Ooh, it's time, and I'll run back and I'll keep cooking with him till breakfast is ready.
yeah.
Breakfast.
Breakfast is
Breakfast.
ready. Oh, yes. Yeah. After a few intense cooking montage moments, Arjan
Nice.
tipping over some spices, and then way too many spices come out, and you're like, no. And then you're like, all right, flour for the batter. And he's like, add a little heat in there.
Perfect.
You do end
Love
up
it.
with a sizable amount of breakfast.
Perfect. I will take one of the banana waffles that I've cooked
Wow. you
on a
want
plate.
banana waffle?
He's
banana
gonna
waffles.
steal Manny's thunder.
And
Punty as hard.
I
It's
will.
Mr. Steal Your Girl up in here.
I will open
He
the
can
door.
cook. I can't compete with that.
I will open the door to Phoebe's room and have Arjan kind of like blow the heat or heat wave the smell in.
Pontiki's already at the door.
Nanners, please.
At the mention of bananas.
She heard bananas and woke up.
Yeah.
There's like a little rug in the room, and all the fibers on it are sticking straight up on this like straight line all the way up to the bed, and then Phoebe's hair is
She's
standing
just
up.
laying there. Arjan, grab the bananas. Just
Yeah.
eyes fly open.
Lightning speed, she's over to the door.
And I'll leave the door cracked and let Phoebe and her team wake up of their own accord. But I will feed my squad.
Pontiki does that little Pichu sound that's super adorable. They're like,
Nice.
Phoebe's just like, what now?
All right, I'm gonna wake up.
Okay, yeah. You awaken. Pontiki is
Pontiki.
somewhere. She's out of the bed.
I'll let Arjan serve waffles to whoever makes their way into the kitchen, Diane or Samantha included, and I will take a handful outside where we will do the equivalent of like skeet shooting with my birds so they can eat the treats that they have to try to get.
Just into their
Treat
face.
skeeting.
Like, here, bullet, this one's for you, and I'll throw it and have to like shoot up and
Okay.
get some.
Yeah.
I feel like he could fly back through, and eat all of it before it hits the ground.
He can, does, and did. Atticus has found the shortcut, which is go over to the plate where the waffles are and start eating some of them.
One of them's like, woohoo! Look at me.
Diane will happily take a plate over to Samantha, and Arjan kind of like waddles over. It's like,
Ooh.
Are you a meal?
no, she seems very delighted by both Arjan's cooking prowess and the
Oh.
gesture in itself. She kind of like reaches out to pat him, tussles his little messy hair. and
Yes.
he's like,
his little
tuft.
hairs. Yeah.
And he kind of thumps his leg. He's like, "That's the spot." Yes. And then she kind of realizes where she is again, and it's like
He really channeled the maestro on that
runs
one.
back to the room.
I'm gonna. Hey Stanley, when we were talking about making a saddle for Giraffe Rig, how are you thinking about doing that?
Same way I made the saddle for Rhyhorn. Get some base material, fold it into a good shape, get a buckle on there, and you're good to go.
Do you think we'd be able to make like a mail tube like Monty has, like a new one?
Probably, yeah. Doesn't look too complicated, if you don't mind my saying.
That's fine. I just
You're like, how dare
put my
you?
blood, sweat, and tears into it, but
The pinnacle of technology that is a mail tube.
yeah.
He's like, well, I have this paper towel roll. Just put a cat on there. There you go.
Yeah,
Well-
but that one can't get wet. It doesn't matter.
I don't know if he's like making it out of
Paper
leather
mache.
or something, but it'd be really cool to make a new one for Monty and like my team in general, whether or not they use them or not.
Yeah, they'd have. You gotta get like pleather or something. You can't have real leather.
It's fine.
Nobody's out there.
Well, I don't know what
skinning
he's
milk
making the
tanks.
saddle out of, but that's I'd do something similar. However we do it, but I think that's what I want to do. I want to make some mail tubes for minimally Monty, Titania, Bullet, and then maybe a new bag for Derby that's more ergonomic for a Diglett.
instead of just a messenger.
Dragging a bag, yeah. As cute as he is with it, there's got to be a Diglett friendly option.
In the meantime,
Yes,
Bentley's
in the
gonna wake up with Mortar probably still passed out and just like pat him and then start making his way over to Stanley's cabin.
Okay. Mortar will join you
Oh,
because again, physically he's been fine. There was some kind of mental blockage that was going on,
interesting.
but he is up and about. He's a little slower than normal. Seems kind of groggy, but he's also getting used to being substantially larger than he was. Keeps bumping his head on door frames, tripping over couches that are in the way.
Okay, well if
His
Mortar's
tail
gonna come
whaps
along,
into
I'll
stuff.
let Dial Up still just sit in charge.
Okay. For the overnight charge as well, he's at about 3/4.
Okay. Keep
He is a hefty battery.
yeah, just give him some overcharge. And then he's like a lithium battery and he lights the Pokemon Center on fire. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah. Right, breakfast bunch. Get any
Bunch of
other
breakfast.
pressing matters?
I mean,
The
I
gears
woke
are
up and
turning
ate
over there. I
breakfast.
can see it.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Pontiki has managed to eat just the bananas off the banana pancakes.
wow, Pontiki.
And then she just
Waffles.
starts nibbling the waffles, sorry. And then she'll start eating the corner of one of the waffles. And is like, this would be a lot better with bananas. But that's why you don't just eat the bananas off your banana waffles.
Yeah.
You live and learn.
Waffles by themselves are so bland. Is it a texture thing, Pontiki?
It's an everything thing when it
Yeah.
comes to bananas.
Otherwise, after a hearty breakfast in the morning time, Arjan's still just skilleting away, firing off more and more waffles. You see a rather tired looking, but otherwise slightly more joyous Bentley Woods.
Hey, would you like
Just
some
behind is Mortar.
waffles?
Oh.
I would love some waffles, Milo.
Here you go. Come on in. I'm going to get a plate of like 6
Yeah.
because that's how much I think would be enough for a Magmar. And
Yeah, Mortar's
Probably
just like,
needs, like,
oh,
12.
Thank you. Oh my god. Oh.
and
Arjan's like, I'll get back in the
walk
kitchen.
up and offer the plate, and I kind of just want to like look him in the eyes and just see like if it looks weird or anything, but say here's
Insight
you
check,
made it
the
weird.
newly resurrected
Yeah.
Magmar.
You made
Hey, you,
Don't look away.
You look at me.
What am I
when
doing?
I'm cooking you food.
Insight check. You look at me.
18, but I will hand him the plate of waffles and say I'm glad you're doing better.
He just looks at you and goes,
Oh,
he just
wow.
looks really hungry.
You need more waffles.
That's his eyes they were hungry eyes.
He got hungry eyes.
Okay.
He's
He-
hangry.
Given that he is much larger than he once was, the same joyous spirit is in there. A little bit of a goober. Like, it's still there. It's definitely more Mortar than it has been. He just looks really hungry, confused, and tired.
Okay.
Looking way better, Mortar.
He's hungry. And
Yeah.
Manny's just like happy tears. He's like,
Aw.
Have a pancake. It was a waffle.
Wow.
you see a little baby Squirtle could come flying up on the path behind.
Here you go, Drip.
And he just kind of like tumbles on his back. And, he's just,
And I'll go stand him up. Good catch, though.
and then he just keeps walking. Just directionless.
I didn't think he'd be able to do that. He's looking pretty spry.
Yeah, he's got a lot of energy. I don't know how much he slept last night. I passed out and had some strange dreams I might have to tell you about later. But what's the plan for today after breakfast?
We are going to go on a fossil expedition with Diane.
Yeah, I told Bentley about it.
All right, sounds
Oh.
good.
Okay. Well, then you already knew.
No, I'm excited.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't tell him when, but
Oh.
that we
Right
would.
now.
No, I mean, Mortar seems to be feeling better, so I'm feeling better by proxy. But yeah, let's
We were
make
just
that happen. I'm excited.
Fueling up and, yeah. Glad that Mortar's able to join us.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
I didn't switch out my squad. So I have to.
So you want to?
Yeah.
Okay. Diane, are we going towards Nutri or away from Nutri?
Away.
Okay, see you in a bit.
Wow.
Would you like a narrative skip button?
Sure.
You can
Unless she wants
fly
me
you
to
there
fly
with
me there, yeah.
Aerodactyl, and then you can switch and fly back,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
nothing important happens.
Yes.
Done. Page break.
Heck yeah.
You got to ride on Aerodactyl too. That's sweet.
Can I have
Yeah.
a narrative break?
So she, yeah,
Doing the Harry Potter.
Phoebe for a second turns into a gray square, and then disappears. Aerodactyl
Who you
just phases out.
swabberooskiing?
Yeah. Who you switching?
I'm pulling out.
I'm putting Shuckle away. Why did we build ants?
Staroo.
Yeah. It's gotta be though. I'm putting away Sage, Gleek, and Shirley. And then
Dude, this
I can't
was-
decide if I want to keep Ponty. I think I should, but
She can fly now.
She also has a belly full of at least
She can take a
bananas,
waffle nap.
but she's got.
In the box.
Yeah.
Sort of a waffle coma.
Are you gonna get
Is
Staroo?
is her
Yeah.
is her Pokeball still broken? I forgot.
I
how-
believe you just like
Yeah.
recaptured her.
Okay.
It was
yeah.
funky because it broke, and then it was the whole Detective Steel
Yeah.
in their Pokeball,
Mm-hmm.
and then
I think it was such a minor.
Oh, and then
deep
it's
that
in
everyone,
that one
myself
now,
included,
maybe?
was like, yeah, whatever, it's fine. It's fine.
I guess it would make sense that it was in that because that's what Remus got and gave to you.
yeah.
But neither here nor there.
All right, but before I put him in there, I'm like, guys, I'll put you in the box.
Shirley's like,
You're in-
finally,
you're
oh
in
my
timeout.
god. She's like, I've been trying to follow you for so long.
I'm going in the chili.
It's true.
In and out of the box.
It has been a long time since
Yeah.
we've had a different team.
For
Yeah.
sure.
So give the other squad.
You're like, guys, I'm gonna put you away. And Shirley's like, PC button Pokeball, I'm in.
Wow, Shirley, tell me how
Bye.
you really feel.
Dissed and dismissed.
Yeah, I'm gonna
See
take
ya.
out then Staryu, William, BB, and Nubby Boy.
Finally, Nubby Boy making his triumphant return to cinema.
Staryu, yes.
Oh yeah, Staryu.
Yes, Staryu, yes.
Staryu's out and about. Do you have a name for Staryu?
No,
You've had 32 sessions
And
Yeah.
no personality to go off.
but that's what I'm waiting for.
with no idea. His name is Hai. Yeah.
It was literally just he was caught and then sent away, and that was it.
Yep. You pulled a Klaus.
And then one thing led to another, and it's been like 20 weeks.
Yeah.
Who even knows at this point?
Word.
All right. Team swap. Boom. Back at the cabin. What?
Yay.
Ah!
Hey, Phoebe, did you
Phoebe folds out of time.
by chance get Staryu
Yeah.
out of the PC?
I did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Can we maybe see it?
Sure.
Thing was super cool.
All right. Yeah, as you throw Staryu out, you see the familiar dark red swirls with the kind of like black seaweed type growth on it. It just goes, "Hoya!"
Hey, Staryu, remember me? Yeah. Maybe later. Maybe later. We can have a rematch. It'll be good.
Hoya.
I like this one, Phoebe. I like this one.
The little gem in the middle kind of goes like, kind of spins over, looks at Phoebe, and turns like a bright, vibrant blue.
No. That's cool.
What do you think that means?
I don't know.
It's like nice side. It's like a mood ring.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
It spins over to Milo, and it just turns like a neutral green. Hoya.
Hiya.
And then it turns to like a slightly lighter blue. And it spins back to you, and it's just dark red. It goes,
Yeah, I got my eyes on your mood ring thingy.
Ooh, we can sense people's vibes, their intention. Just
Yeah.
hold up Staryu.
All right, we hitting the
Cool,
road.
cool, cool. Yes.
Diane, you ready to go? And don't want to rush you, but
absolutely. She's like, Stanley, will you look after Samantha? He goes, oh yeah, she doesn't do much, so that should be easy.
Wow.
All right.
She just kind of, you can see like two
Throwing
little eyes
shade.
peering out from one of the windows outside the cabin.
Stanley's
Hi.
like, your kid's born.
bye, Samantha.
Bye, Samantha.
Bye.
Would you like to play with Atticus while we go? Okay.
Atticus just goes, and they kind of fly into the house.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Hear the sounds of giggling and little whistles. As you
Dig
guys
site.
make your way for what seems like maybe an hour or so through this nature preserve, you do eventually find this wide open clearing with lots of like tilled dirt and earth. There's many like large dig sites leading down into the ground. Diane goes, well, here we are. Feel free to take a look around. Just, watch your step. It's
Okay.
not the friendliest to the feet, as they say, so try not to roll an ankle or anything.
No.
Just mind your footing.
Is there
Good to know.
anywhere you want us to like avoid that you're like digging?
Should have brought Derby. I'm
No?
a freaking idiot.
That's why I brought Manfred.
I have Nubsters. All right. He's
no,
ground.
there's, from what we've seen over here, the fossil structure seems much more durable than in other places that we've dug around.
Did you hear that, Manny? So, you know how you can kind of manipulate the Earth? Maybe if you're able to, like, feel down into it, you could sense something that's a lot harder than the surrounding dirt, and maybe try and see where fossils could be.
All right, Manfred. Manfred Willoughby. Manfred. Make a nature check. With your powers of deductive reasoning.
That's not good. He has a negative modifier, so a 10.
Do it. Do it. Yeah, Manny walks around for several minutes. It's just like...
Right there?
And he's kind of like waving the bone club around.
All right, let's maybe get to digging.
Don't know how
Drip will
either.
join in very happily. Drip's like, that's my natural state of being.
That's a fair point, yeah.
He's just walking downwards. He lays face down and just like kicks. It gets lower and lower.
Sick, I'll just oversee him. I don't have to do any work.
You do have to do something. I need you to roll...
You need to dig a hole 6 feet deep, 6 feet wide.
I need you to roll a d5, but that doesn't exist. So
If you find
The
something...
D5.
I need you to pick a number between 1 and 5. I don't care how you do it.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
You roll 6?
Yeah.
Roll
Again.
it again.
Another one?
Again? Yeah. There it is, 1.
1. Sick, my favorite. Okay. Yeah, as your pals kind of dig deeper and deeper into the soft earth, eventually you hear a tunk.
I'll go and take a
Here.
look.
Down in this little dirt hole.
What do you got, guys?
And he's just like, I'm in a hole.
Lift him up and
Get
out.
me out of here. Dad,
I didn't dig stairs.
I did a classic Minecraft oopsie. I dug down. Help!
A classic Minecraft oopsie.
You never dig down. Never.
That's funny.
But yeah, as you lift him up, Manny seems to be fiddling about with something in this hole. And as he's kind of concentrating for a second, the hole just gets a little bit wider. Not much, but just a little bit. And he takes off his soggy eggshell. He throws it to the side. And you can see his like exposed, wrinkly head. He's just like, he kind of like grabs this little bone structure and just kind of fits it onto his head.
Ooh.
Look at
Manfred has acquired a bone
that.
helmet.
Let's go.
Oh, snap.
That's
cool.
sick.
It appears to be, to Ben's knowledge, not Bentley.
right.
Bentley's like, I don't know what that skull is, but sure. To Ben, it looks like a smaller size, like T-Rex skull. Still like bleached bone white, in very good condition, but very small.
Does it have like teeth on it?
Yeah,
Oh.
there's like jagged teeth lines going all the way around. Some of them are kind of broken and chipped. They've just sort of decayed away, but he's wearing
It's got a
a
bottom.
T-Rex hat.
Sick. That's a great find, Manny. That's awesome.
And you hear him just... and he kind of pulls up another small bone. A little bit more wieldable than his large club. And he just goes... and you watch it kind of...
Jeez, all right. I didn't know if you were just finding things for your personal bounty, but well done.
He's matured.
Apparently, jeez.
And then he kind of just kicks himself out of the hole. Lands up on the ground.
Whoa, look at his hat.
That's cool, man.
Diane, you might want to come take a look at what Manny found
fear
over
in
here.
the hearts of his enemies.
Seriously.
Though.
And Diane just kind of takes a moment and goes, it's quite the upgrade.
Yeah, I mean, from the cracked little shell, he's been wearing that since he was born,
I
but
like that he just ditched it. He's like, this is me now.
It's not a phase,
He's
Dad.
growing up.
Yep.
I guess this is part of growing up.
I mean, what's he going to keep the egg for? Soup?
I don't know.
Gross.
But I just like that he was like, get off my head. And then
he knew what he wanted and he went for it. I respect it.
He's a hermit crab. He does not get rid of his old home until he finds a new one.
Right.
I'm going to send out Nubby Boy.
Nubby boy.
Nubster! First of all, I'm going to rub his belly.
He
Nubster, it's been a
immediately
long
just
time.
goes, okay. He seems like he has no idea how much time has passed for you. He's just like, this is just another day. I don't know why you're so excited.
Oh, Nubster.
Does that calm yourself? Please. This is a place of business.
Is it? Look where we are. We're in a bunch of mud.
That-
Do your thing!
He goes, that's what business is. He just starts smelling into like some of the nearby grasses. He's like,
Heck yeah.
just starts chewing on some of the dirt.
Is it alkaline? Alright.
Just scoots away.
Just leaving a little trail.
Yeah. Just a little.
Sweet. I'm going to follow him. We'll
Okay.
start you out.
Yeah. The
gonna let
sand
everybody
people
out.
travel single file to hide their numbers.
Nice.
Nubster will do the same.
So, Manny, can you maybe try and find some other fossils that are not just a new sweet skull, helmet, and mini bone? Huh?
It's like, fine. Yeah.
Now
Make
that you
another-
got your side of the bargain.
Make another nature check. Make another nature check.
I like how his ability is Spirit of the Earth, but his nature modifier is -1. It's all a farce. Of 3.
Ooh.
When you toy with the gods by dissing them.
Yeah, they go,
Nature
your powers
three.
have been revoked.
Fair enough.
You are no longer a spirit of the earth.
Yeah.
You are now a baby.
You're now a grub.
You're now a baby man.
That's gross.
Yes.
Like Deadpool with his weird small legs.
Yep. Try as he might, Manny seems to be distracted by his new toys.
Fair.
He's just like, yes. He goes, yes, Dad. Look at this. He kind of throws the little bone meringue over to Mortar, who will catch it and be like, kind of throws it back. They share a little moment.
Fair. Well, while they're playing, I'll go and ask Diane. Diane, do you have any, like, tools that we can use to dig? Seems like Manny's kind of preoccupied with his findings.
He goes, certainly seems that way. Yeah, there should still be some tool caches around. Help yourself to anything you find.
All right.
Is this where you found your Aerodactyl?
It is.
Yeah.
In fact, in the pit that Manny's currently playing in.
Oh.
Not
I
far off
will,
of that.
I will grab a shovel or a pickaxe or whatever the heck is
You'll
available.
dig with a shovel and a pick.
Yep. And I will
Yes.
go in the pit that Manny was in. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Mr. Milo. If you would do me this kindness, make a nature check.
Mr. Milo.
19.
He's Mr. Manager.
Oh, my.
All right, Mr. Milo. If you would be so kind. Just pick a number between 1 and 5.
2, my lord.
2. Pick number 2, my lord. Interesting. All right, Mr. Milo. After several minutes of just kind of digging around, you're like, I don't really know where to start. I guess here. Yeah. Right as you strike your shovel into the earth, you hear a ka-tunk.
I'm going to ask Monty to, like, tailwind the dirt away. See if
Okay.
I can see it a little better.
Right into your eyes.
On brand.
It's like you could see better if you weren't blinded by the dirt. Monty knows sand attack now, though. Unrelated events. Yeah, as some of the dirt is blown away, you find a fully intact, looks like very large-scale turtle shell
Whoa.
with many, many spikes along the side.
Ooh la
Seems
la.
like it had some sort of armor plating. And
Interesting.
there's more bones nearby as well, but that's just what Monty's able to help you uncover in the first gust.
That's cool.
Good find, Milo.
I'll hand it up the
Ooh.
hole
Okay.
to whoever wants to
Yeah.
grab it.
Diane will probably be nearby, hearing the ka-chunk and all the excitement. She'll be like, "Oh
It's
my!"
exciting.
Yeah, seeing Milo do that, I'll just pop into another nearby pit and then just do the same thing. Try and dig at a spot that feels right.
Make a nature check, Bentley.
Is it neat?
Could be.
So sweet.
Hey.
15.
6.
That was off.
Ooh.
Terrible.
Bentley does not have the same level of luck. He brings the shovel and the pick down onto the earth and finds just dirt.
Has Nubster found anything?
Nubster seems to be just like chewing on the various grasses nearby. He's just
Nubster,
happy to be a part of it.
You're supposed to be finding something.
He's like,
With
I
your
did.
impeccable nose.
It's like, yeah, I found food.
No,
It's
not
grass.
food. Look at that
It's like,
shell.
do you know how many days it's been?
Yeah.
'Cause
You
I don't.
didn't. So
I'm hungry.
Phoebe, have him smell one of the fossils.
that's what I'm trying to do, but he's munching on this grass.
He's like, I didn't get banana waffle breakfast.
You don't know about banana waffle breakfast because you
I
weren't
can
there.
smell it on you with my keen nose.
Well, if you help us out, we'll make you your own platter.
He's already forgotten about the slight. You just spin him and he just continues to sniff towards the holes.
I'm gonna hold up the shell. This.
Like, it's big. It's big.
Oh. Over here, Nubster.
it's like-
I'm pushing
it is
him
large.
towards the shell. Smell that. That's what we want.
He's just like,
Did you just lick it, Nubster?
Alkaline?
Milo, in the now crater where that bit of shell was, you can see more bones. Like foot bones.
Diane, do you need all the bones?
If you wish to do anything with this, yeah.
Well, better safe than not safe. Here we go.
Better safe than deadly.
I will grab various bones.
Okay. Yeah, you end up with a large skull with two horns protruding out the side.
What in the heck?
It looks like the top of the skull is just this thick dome. And then it's got these very large kind of foot bone structures. And then at the base of its tail are several more sets of spikes.
Dang, dude.
Now, how'd you find all these, Milo? I'm just digging up dirt.
I don't know. You want to help get them out?
Yeah, sure.
Bones, bones.
These are wild. They're huge.
Bones,
Just
bones.
set them aside and start to like brush them off.
Is this a Pokemon?
Hard to say. Could be a lot of things.
Hey, Drip, you want to come wash this one
big.
off? I'll just brush the dirt and mud off the top of it, see if I can get a clearer view.
Yeah.
Here's
It
more.
It doesn't look like any creature, living or otherwise, that you guys have ever seen.
Yeah, I've definitely never seen anything like this.
All right, so I'll set that one aside. You got any more down there, Milo?
I have this like tail thing.
Tail spike.
Lift it and
Look at
set
him.
it
He's
next
down
to
in
the
a
other
hole
one.
for 5 minutes and he's an expert.
So, Diane, looks like we got quite a few pieces here.
I'd say.
When you reanimated your Aerodactyl with Audrey, how exactly did that work?
About as well as we had hoped. We brought it back to life, and it was rightfully very confused and angry.
You were too preoccupied with whether or not you could and didn't think about whether or not you should?
Yeah, we had to calm
Sums
it
it up.
down substantially after we brought it back.
Sounds like a job for Rose.
Oh, I don't mean talk it down. It didn't seem to listen to anything but extreme violence.
Oh boy.
We fought it and subdued it, and then I tried to capture it, and we realized it wasn't a Pokemon. We had brought back something from way too long ago, it seems.
Interesting.
That was Aerodactyl?
Mm-hmm. It was. Through
don't know if I
traveling
wanna-
and trying to learn what this thing was, it did eventually take on some more Aerodactyl-like traits.
That's interesting. So can Bentley look at the pieces that Milo's dug up and try and see if he can like kind of sort of fit them together, or at least see like, okay, this part would generally go here, and try and see like if there are pieces that we're still missing?
How good are you at puzzles?
The best.
Ben is not bad.
Three-dimensional space.
Bentley is who knows.
That's not his tail.
Oh no.
That's his butt. Still goes the same place.
Okay, so make an intelligence check.
It's a real.
Intelligentsia. Hoy. Viva joven. 20, dirty.
shaken, no ice.
Yikes. Yeah, you seem to have most, if not all, of the remaining bone structure bits. But this whole process is vaguely reminiscent of, like, Xantha. With the Kanto starter Pokemon. Just the bone piles.
Yeah, I'll just
Oh.
think back to the bone piles that we fought and try and put the pieces together. But you said it looks like it's a complete fossil.
More or less, yeah. Doesn't look like you're not missing, like, half of the face and
Right.
a leg.
You
Like, it's-
find anything else down there, Milo? This looks like it's pretty well intact. I don't know. There might just be like some shards.
You're
a
like,
little...
yeah, wings? What?
The biggest horn ever.
14 with nature.
Nature.
You do find the bottom portion of a jaw. Looks like the jawbone kind of like dislodged itself, but you managed to find that.
I found teeth.
Blimey. All right. I'll take that and put it generally with the rest of the skull
Okay.
pieces.
She goes, that seems as though you've done really well. Have you considered a career in archaeology?
Not until now.
All right.
I'm pretty bad at it, but if Milo finds the pieces, I can try and put them back together.
Match made in heaven. All right. If we head back to the cabin, I believe I have enough of my tools. We might be able to breathe some life into this thing. If you want to give it a shot.
If we're prepared to potentially fight this, how big is it in totality?
It is roughly the size of like a grizzly bear. And you are the size of
Oh my
small
God.
boys.
Are you guys prepared for the worst if we need to fight this?
is
Yeah,
big.
I'm in.
I mean, I'm not gonna not help you.
But are you saying it's a bad idea and we shouldn't?
Yeah.
Diane, would you be able to maybe use Aerodactyl and your other Pokemon to either battle this thing or try and maybe reason with it, calm it down if we are able to bring it back?
I can certainly assist you, but I can tell you from my limited experience with taming Aerodactyl, it responds very well to... Aerodactyl responded very well to raw strength. I had Audrey with me, and he does not care for her.
All right, well, raw strength, guys. It's got Mortar.
I'll probably go grab Violet.
Yeah, well, do we want to just stack the deck here before we figure this out?
I feel like we kind of need to.
All right, let's do that.
Okay.
That sound like a good idea, Diane?
Certainly.
Prepare for
I
the
have-
worst,
I
hope
have-
for the best.
I have no doubt that some level of a fight might break out here. Could just be that Aerodactyl used to be a carnivore. It still is, but
I'm
depends what this thing was like in life.
better safe than not safe, as I've said twice now.
Agreed. All right. Well, we can go back to the Pokemon Center while she takes the pieces back to the cabin.
Yeah. She will begin loading them, and Mortar will help with his newly recovered bits.
Okay.
He will start lifting some of the heftier pieces.
When you brought back Aerodactyl, was it the size of the fossil, like the bones?
Roughly, yeah.
Oh boy.
It was he was quite the fighter when we brought him back.
Oh boy.
He seemed very confused, which makes perfect
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
I want to try
Does
a
make sense.
thing.
Okay.
Didn't speak.
Speak,
so
boy.
with
Boy.
Manny's new skull helmet thing, I want
His Shelmet.
Mortar's gonna like go over and look at his new look, and kind of now that they have this new
In a full-length mirror.
like soul bond together, Mortar's gonna take his smaller hand and like place it on the skull and just kind of like scorch like his handprint into it.
The mark of Sauron.
Just have like a sick handprint like on the top of Manny's head.
Yeah, we'll get the we'll get it made.
Swag.
We'll get that done.
Get her done.
Yeah. Scorch trials.
The dynamic duo.
Yeah. So Mortar will scorch a handprint into Manny's skull. Not his skull, but his skull is on.
Skull. I was waiting for that.
Skull on. We will we'll futz with the timeline a little bit. You guys make it back to the cabin of Stanley with all of your various bones in place, and Diane will begin making preparations for what comes next. And that's where we'll call this one for now. After a thrilling afternoon of archaeology, Manny stands tall in his new armor. But will it be enough to protect him and his friends from what's to come? If you had a good time hanging out with us, feel free to drop us a like on the video. If you'd like to see more of our stuff, consider subscribing to the channel. If you're not already a part of the Patreon and you'd like to be, check out the links in the video description below. You can join the discussion in the Discord servers or check out the after action reports still rolling. There's also a link if you'd like to rock some boarding party merch. Let us know in the comments what you think the tots should do with their pile of bones. And thanks for watching Boarding Party. We'll catch you next week.